You may be seated, you may be seated.
Catholic doctrine, maybe they would have been canonized as saints. Because when they died and they told the children that signs will happen, and exactly those things he told them happened by enabling two giant ants to sprang from the subsurface of the earth. And up to today, that monument is there for everyone to see. And that is where we call the Ezeshima Shrine. So we are descendants of Ezeshima. And the son, he bore a son, or a daughter or whatever, but he had a child. And the one that begat Obior, that is the generation we are in, is called Obior, who is the founder of Obior. And they had so many other children, like Olibo, who founded Seluku, where we present the headquarters. Then Anaba, and so many others, Onichubo, Olona, Ezi is always the chief, Obomba, Onichubu, so the Olona. So these were the descendants of Ezeshima. Then also we have the Onitsha, which is the present day Onitsha, the big city in Anambra State. It's one of the child of Ezeshima. But people said he was a grandchild. But we didn't document our history. Like I said, when my child could not tell where he came from, but he came home and told me that they taught him about King Louis XVI, who ruled France, and he doesn't know where he came from. So we need to begin to document our story. So that one was able to migrate from, left his relatives within the Anocha local government area in Delta State and moved, and he was able to cross the River Niger, where he settled in present day Onitsha. Before the war, we had a document on the relationship. They used to come to the Ezeshima Shrine in Obior to take the white chalk. The white chalk is for peace, it's for sanity, it's for blessing. But it was after the war that so many relationships were broken. That is the Nigerian Civil War. And also, we also know that Ezeshima lived in Benin. But there is a dispute about the relationship they had with the Beninese. Some people believe he was one of the descendants of Beninese, but even some Benin chiefs are saying that no, he came from somewhere and he lived among them. And because he was very instrumental to the success of the Benin kingdom, they now gave him all the rights and entitlement as a Benin citizen. But that is a controversial part of the story of Ezeshima. So he lived there, but the truth is that he lived in Benin centuries ago, and they helped the Beninese to conquer because he was a blacksmith, and he also was a good talisman. He understands the native medicine. So he will prepare the arrows, the bows, the cutlasses, which they used to conquer their territories. Like the British did too. You know, Britain conquered a lot of environments, a lot of their neighbor, they fought wars, and they now brought them under the British colony. So Benin Kingdom was also doing that kind of a thing, conquering their neighbors and putting them under their colony. So Ezechima was instrumental to that, their success. So he was given one of the vital chieftaincy titles in Benin, which he held until a dispute, which was referred to Aya Idu, between him and the Benin Kingsmen. So he had to leave the Benin city. And another might believe that when that dispute arose, or when the dispute came up, he was trying to run back to where he came from, which is in the east. So he was on his way running back. I started settling down, and on Chubo, Obior, Seluku, Jogana, Ezi, Bomba, and all of them, they were now settling wherever they could get enough space to farm, and because they were big farmers. So there is also a document which I've come across that states that that is the Chima knew where he came from, and that he could be likely traced to somewhere in Arochiko, that he was a prince, one of the Arochiko kingsmen. So he was trying to run back towards that place, but he couldn't get there, and now settled in the present day Arochiko. But some others believe that no, he's actually one of the descendants of the Benin prince. So that is where a call has been made that as intellectuals in our community, we need to document up to maybe, I can say, centuries away from what we have now, the true origin of where our ancestors came from. But we understood, and we know who our ancestors are. Ezechima and the gods of Ali, who had all of us as his offsprings. And there is also a belief that because there is this dispute between the Igbo residents in Delta State and those ones across the Niger. There is a belief that after the Civil War, in order not to be penalized or become a victim of the federal government's unfair policy, which seized the properties and everything that belongs to the Igbos, our people decided to dissociate themselves from being called Igbos, and we now began to align our relationship towards that of the Beninese. That has to be evaluated, and if you look at it, that is also what is affecting those Igbos in River State, even in Bayelsa State. Yes, we put them both. We need to sit down. We cannot have people who are, the community will have over 1,000, 20,000 graduates, so many professors, PhD holders, and we yet can't sit down and document our history. I will come here and learn about King Level is the 16th century. Yes, so we need to do something about it. It pains me so much, and it's something we need to unravel to go the place where we came from. Yeah, so I want to say something about that war. Why these people from the other part of the Niger started dissociating themselves from the relationship they had with the Igbos across the Niger. Because after the war, despite the federal government declaring no victor, no vanquish, they still went and imposed a very severe punishment on the Igbos. Even if we are not Igbos, I assume we are not Igbos, but it was an unfair decision for you to seize all the money that the Igbos had in their accounts. Igbos had millions, but the federal government froze all the accounts and only rewarded them with £20. So for our people not to be part of that punishment, they said give us our full money, we are not Igbos. Those people in River State, the same thing. That is why in River State today, the names of their streets Now we're riverine. They changed it to arrow. Like Rumola, supposed to be Omola. We know that Omola means it's an Igbo language. Rumokoro is Umokoro. It was one of their governors after the Civil War that said, no, every Igbo name in the River State put arrow in front of it. The history there. So, the same thing applies. I think the same thing also applies to some of us who wanted to have our full benefits. And I also want to tell us that this discrepancy or dichotomy of believing that you are Igbo, you are Hausa, you are Yoruba shouldn't arise amongst Nigerians who are supposed to be one. Before the colonization, we were one. We lived peacefully amongst ourselves. And in the course of my studies, I began to wonder, because things are happening, without seeing what is happening. How do you know that you are truly an Igbo man or truly a Yoruba man or Hausa man? That is a question. And have you really thought of the fact that if your grandfather was born in Kaduna, that you would have today be practicing Islam and be possibly called Adamu? Maybe this man would have been Adamu, and he looks like one of them. And another angle too, you know, in the past, there was this kind of relationship we had among ourselves. So it's possible that you can be claiming to be a Yoruba man, not knowing that your forefather was even begat by an Igbo man, because the DNA was not there. So it's possible if you run the DNA of somebody who claims to be Yoruba, the great grandfather could be somebody from Arochukwu, and it's possible that we can run the DNA of somebody from Igbo land, and the great grandfather can be from Yoruba and Hausa person. Is it not happening today? So until we begin to reason at that level, then we will find that we are all interwoven. We are brothers and sisters, we are one. And we should embrace ourselves as Nigerians to be able to move the country forward. So in summary, we are all Nigerians. My name is Dr. Uzoma Valentana. I am a scientist. I have a PhD in applied geophysics, but I found myself in the banking sector. For the law I have for my course, geology, I went back and did my master's and PhD after doing MBA in Uniben. So that is where I found myself. And we're doing more research to who we are, and so many things about Nigeria. We're going to put up a paper to reorient Nigerians to understand that we are one. Whether you're Hausa or Yoruba, Igbo, we are supposed to be one, and we should, one love should unite all of us. Thank you and God bless. If I go for test now, if I begin to ask questions what you got from here, you say we are